All right, what's up, y'all? Of course, here to drop another video. I'm expecting some answers on this one, most definitely, as if I haven't on other ones, but I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe I'm not sharing this enough. I'm not sharing my channel with enough people. And not only that, I think people don't have the time or make the time for it because it seems, in which I can understand, is that when you start to deal with consciousness, all right, and trying to stick to a script to bring about a serious change, especially with the plight of African American or men, in fact, but most definitely African American men, and you become more cognizant of things in life, you get heavy laden with many thoughts. What, hey, with great knowledge and intellect comes power. And with great power comes great responsibility. There are levels to this thing. And this is exactly why we have to tap into becoming more spiritual. Yeah, spiritual and conscious, man. Especially to my brothers and sisters in the ghetto hood. Now, as I say that, I already know that there's a lot of work to get done down there. Considered to be in the basement, right? Those in the basement downstairs. And being that that's the case, it's evident that, well, if they're downstairs and they're in the basement, or however we want to name it, well, I know that in every household, there's a mother and father. There's a governmental body. And there's nothing wrong with government. I think what happened, like, was taking place in the minds of many African Americans and those who are ignorant, with all respect due. No pun. I mean, I'm not trying to play nobody, but it is what it is. Is that so many words that we use carry, as I said before, a negative connotation. And I think that comes from many things that's related onto African people were demonized here in America. Yeah. So, I mean, even though that's the case, don't we have the power to change that? Don't we have the power to uh, re-educate ourselves and to become more discerning? In addition to many other things that can develop the mind. And with development of the mind, you now what? Have a developmental body of people, family, tribes, etc., etc. You follow? So, you know, I want my messages to reach the people down at the bottom, but it's like I guess I had to learn in such a way in which everybody learned in a particular way, is that, well, look who's your challenger. I tell you, brothers and sisters, there's many levels to this, and once we begin to um, understand and understand, uh, it becomes more easier to rightfully manifest that which we really need to develop our people, and which will feed into a true state of evolution with every uh, decade, and with the continuation of evolution per decade, which is a generation to me. Each decade, you're now going to be reaching centuries. So that's just a little bit of a cosmic taste, right? In a way, just in addition to the numbers. But this is real talk, is reality. There's much work to get done. I would say spread the word, but I'm beginning to see, as I guess I've been, it's kind of like being a hopeless romantic, so to speak, wishing and wishing that my people in the hood would change, da 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 da, without even knowing the price thereof. So know, on top of that, I get nobody to. I don't really get anybody to converse with me one on one, and or even drop a constructive line down in the comment section or whatever. So there's many things that plays into this, and trust me, I, I I I got it written here, and I have it written here, and I can continue to speak on things in which I will, and I believe that no matter what anyone says, that everything that I have spoken came before me. In fact, the I'm speaking right now goes to show that something was picked up, something was learned, in which now I am given an expression. So, yeah, there are challenges down in the hood, and I bear witness that the challenge is within self. So when we say we are our worst enemy, let's put that into context and let's really get down to it. Now, as much as we have a competitor within self, what is that? And maybe we should just look at it in a way whereas we are to become masters and really change our world. It shouldn't be in such a way where it's spoken and then it's like it serves to be some kind of, excuse me, something that doesn't motivate you, something that makes you hopeless or less determined to make some major changes. So we're our worst enemy, right? And then we have enemies that's, external. Yeah, internal and external. All right. I thought about some brothers and sisters. I said, hey man, look, you are greatest. Dealing with self, with the laws of duality, dualistic nature, as I broke down the word before, which is this is very this is see this is why it's important to keep each other in remembrance. In addition to self, is that when you break down the word, it's right there. Individual. In, inside, divid, dividing one from another, dual. Individual. Duality, dualistic nature. One versus one. Good versus evil. As within, so without. As above, so below, right? So these things are not easily grasped. It takes a lot of work. Introspection. You understand? In addition to many other things that we could apply to our everyday lives. But I believe one of the reasons why it's so hard for us because we have been institutionalized, we have been indoctrinated, we have been lobotomized, we have become docile, and we've been taught wrong, I would have to say. And then intergenerational traumas, being affected by the arrested development. Now, we can go ahead and lay claim to all of these things, but I ask, when are we going to make the necessary sacrifices? The necessary sacrifices to really get with one another. I'm talking about my African people primarily. Get our houses in order. We have to accept the fate, accept our fate according to our, divinity into who we are, especially that according to the Father's bloodline. This is not, this is not just nonsense I'm spewing here, brothers and sisters. This is serious. So, you know, consider, in addition to many other things I said in the past. One of the things that I always say is, since I quoted it, how come the most melanated continue to live so degenerated? I know brothers and sisters that's doing well out there, or may see them on the YouTube, on the Instagram, or whatever. You may have more affiliations than I do, no problem. But I'm sure you could go ahead and You can pull up someone here and there, and you know they're doing quite well. Well, that's what's up. What about the collective and being that which we embody? And we have the capacitance for by being melanated beings. So now I continue to see as things are being dictated here in America for us, particularly. We're not going to make any strong movement, y'all. I'm telling y'all right now. We're not until we really, 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 really get together and make some necessary sacrifices, being that we're going to have to do without. And we're going to have to stick to a strict timeline. Yeah, trust me. Trust me when I tell you, some of it is happening right now, in which you won't be able to enter those circles. And by me saying that, let me go ahead and say this as the Spirit is talking to me right now. There are some established bodies out there and people that know how to speak fluidly. Their jargon is way up to par. Their diction, excellent. They can talk very well. And being that they came up what they came up with, went through their rites of passage and initiations, things have been ingrained within them due to time. And with that, you have what? A conditioning. Many levels to this. We've been conditioned as a people. We need to be reconditioned. As I said many times in public and whatnot, we got all these deities that we pray on to. And, of course, with all due respect, because we have to have something to aspire to, and some things need to come into play to reform our lives for the betterment of where we're going. We're here in 2024. Can please somebody tell me where African Americans or African people in general, in totality, African diasporic family here in America have a state, a town, a neighborhood, a community where they own institutions, laundromats, a dentist. I mean, like, do we own, hospital and or whatever? You get what I'm saying? What do we own? What are the requirements? Now think deeply about what I'm saying here, because for those that have the ownership, in which we may not even know particularly, well, let's start to do the numbers as I've touched on in the previous video. As we see the allowance and permittance and proliferation of wickedness, filth, sexual deviances. They got people writing books and having it published on dark psychology. You have areas throughout New York that allow homosexual activity. That goes against our creation. Because we ain't come here by two men. We ain't come here by two men. So people, all right, we got people who are landowners, right? Are they melanated? If they are, where are they? Because we need to see it to believe it. Not to say that we're speculating now or we're trying to scrutinize, but that's going to add to what we have more to aspire to. Let me become a landowner. Don't y'all want to hear me be of such grandeur? And you'd be like, hey, not only do I know him, but he's rewriting history. He's showing that we could do it to X, Y, and Z. Do you follow me, y'all? So these landowners, owners of America, is allowing all this to happen on our time, collectively, as human beings. This is the humanity we're dealing with here. I've seen people wear like I seen on the Instagram where a girl was wearing a shirt saying God is queer. I've touched on the fact that they put Barack Obama's face on a T-shirt. I mean, not a T-shirt, on a Newsweek magazine that said first gay president of the United States with a rainbow halo over his head. Brothers and sisters, what are we dealing with? Who are we dealing with? Let's get down to the fact. I'm trying to tell you, African people, it is not a game. These changes that's coming, you may have to break up with that one that you're with, or just go ahead and just live out what's remaining of your lives. I'm not saying that to wish bad on nobody, not at all, or to scare you either. Because life is beautiful. We have the abundance of things here, but how dare we talk about righteousness and all of this, and then you go dabble or you allow, you want to support LGBT, this, that. Are you nuts? We need to be more mindful of the words we use. However, moving forward, moving forward. Now, as I was saying in regards to some words being spoken and those who have their establishments, they're gonna, because they have what they have, they've been conditioned and they have been ingrained, as we all have. They are gonna continue to do what they feel was in the best nature for their group that they're with, the group of people that they're with. Well, they could, in doing so, they may even look at me because, trust me, I'm met with odds and variance. As I said before, please be reminded of this: that jealousy, envy, and fear continue to perpetuate this nonsense out here, and it continue to disunify us as African men. I'm not kidding, and women. We think we're doing good, but trust me, we're far off, y'all. We're far off. Take my word for it. Take my word. We have been conditioned to accept these ways of life, which has become a normality onto us. Trust me when I tell you. So, I say it again. How come the most melanated continue to live so degenerated? If this is something that we're going to start to address and deal with on a collective level, and then we start to get our spirit right, souls right, stop dealing with that wickedness out there. If it's this person or that person, call them out. We're not going to curse them like, yo, F this or F that person. No, 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 no. But let it be known, in which it should be given on to the elders and that within your and that of your circle. We got to get more militant with this. This is serious. This is not just about skin color, but God damn it, every man going to be held accountable. So I don't give a damn what color you are: white, brown, yellow, black, blue. Whoever are the contributors in aiding and abetting, call their ass out and stop dealing with them. Man, I tell y'all, when we get back to tribal knowledge and all that, y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see, man. It's gonna get more crucial out here. You know how I know? Pay attention to how the European Union move. Yeah. They are afflicted with some things, just as all humans are afflicted with things. But let it be known and let it be told, we got work to do. The most melanated have the most capacitance for all things. As I said before, I say it again. For those who've been following me, humbleness and humility is going to get us far. But it seems like a lot of brothers and sisters don't want to accept that or concede. Why? Y'all got to protect my reputation. So what's going to happen is, and I understand that, but everything is to be done in measure, right? But consider that same reputation you feel you want to protect, which make you do some devious things out there. And when that time of desperation comes, where you feel you losing your wit, your power, or whatever, Lord knows what you may do or what has been done by some people already out here. So that same reputation you trying to protect is going to continue to what? Feed in and feed who? Protect what? Which is self-evident right here. Which is why the black man and the black woman is still down. If you can comprehend what I just said. Hey man, y'all know where to find me, man. I'm here. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Trust me. And it's like that. I ain't scared of nobody, man. But this is not just about knuckling up. I don't give a damn what size another person is. That shit may be working on y'all out there with little intimidations and all that. I went to the gym today. Most of the times when I go, dudes be flexing in front of the mirror. I guess they need to boost their confidence. That's what's up. I get that. But I could just see it on them. Some of them out there too. They so goddamn big headed that they thinking that shit going like they use intimidation tactics and skills. Get the hell up out of here. Hey, but congratulations on your gains, though. I have to give it up for those who got their gains because it's not easy, okay? We all dealing with things out here. But as I said, humbleness and humility is going to get us far because this is not about dissing one another. Laying claim to what's true, every man held accountable for their actions, reconciliation, in addition to many other things that we need to change the way that we're living and move some things on out of the earth, which is wicked. Trust me. That's what we're here for. So I don't know what the hell, literally, what the hell we're waiting for. So it's not going to be an easy shift, but it's necessary, okay? It's necessary, and we all have something to contribute towards that. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's crazy. I bear witness to it already. And that's why, I'm happy for what I've been shown. I don't speak on everything either because it's not to be spoken anyway. In which, if I speak it, none of y'all, ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it anyway. What are you gonna do? Send me a nice card from Hallmark or whatever? No. This is why I get upset with the mannerisms of my and the etiquette of my brothers and sisters in the hood. But I guess it is what it is. But that don't mean it has to be. It doesn't have to stay that way. And what's happening is that this is how I know it's wicked because how could I have such love trying to maintain where I'm at with my connection with God? But yeah, I got a heart for my people in the hood because that's where I come from. I would root for them, but then I get treated away when I go back. I get looked on and I get talked about, in which they don't even know what they're doing or saying. They see me making some way in life spiritually, but then they go ahead and say what they say or feel. This is nuts, man. Hey, brothers and sisters, man. I tell y'all, man. So many levels to this thing. So many levels, man. We continue. Hey, man. Y'all really don't know. A lot of y'all really do not know. The requirements may seem unbearable if some of y'all heard, man. But I would pray that you're going to be shown some things, and that you really get connected with the Creator, and circles begin the circles begin to expand righteously. You know, establishing firm, strong, formidable bonds amongst men and women, rebuilding our nation and reforming. Trust me, this here America got to get dealt with. I would say, as I thought, for all the slick talk in the hood, there needs to be more slick listening and watching. Respectfully, I'm telling y'all, it's beneficial to close our mouth and listen more. In the beginning of time, consider, in the beginning of time, let's think about the first man and woman on earth. Follow me. Who was there to talk to them and give them instruction? What kind of verbal language was being spoken? Not only what verbal language was being spoken, but what was the first form of communication? What kind of language you spoke? Don't you have sign language? Don't you have body language? You think something was yelling out of the sky, hey, go to the tree? When did this English language come into play? Many questions we need to ask. And for those people that got this knowledge and know it, I commend you and I applaud you. You better be respected out there. That's right. Because you still have much to learn and achieve, and so do I and others. But it's sad to know that there's people out there that has this knowledge and plus more and the things that they got to put up with. I'm going through it in a small to a small minute degree, but I can only imagine. So some things, yeah, I'm telling y'all, man, things are gonna continue to surface and happen upon Earth, man. African brothers and sisters, I'm telling y'all, chill out with this pride y'all got, man. Start leveling up, and I'm talking about getting humble. Practice humility. With all this meditative talk and prayers and affirmations, melanin popping, we should be doing far better by now. I don't see nothing happen spontaneously for us, okay? Stop dealing with this goddamn Jesus concept, thinking something gonna come out the sky, this one man gonna come. It's not a game, y'all. And trust me, I know exactly what's gonna happen as I speak this, and some people gonna learn it. You know what? Hey, I gotta get it for this job. So it's right back to the Cosa Nostra, right? It's right back to the same old game. You gotta prepare to get your meat licked. You gotta prepare to get your shit cracked, right, ladies? Yo, the club coming up this weekend. We gotta get ready to go. This is exactly why I tell you, in regards of the art of war, spiritual war and whatnot, I gotta give it up, man. And that's sportsmanship. I give it up to my European unions. This is not to glorify no wickedness, but god damn it, when I mean they got a system and they got established order, law and order, even though they out there doing wickedness and which you can see blatantly, to be doing wickedness and to be doing whatever they doing on the good side, they got this shit on lock and key. Do you understand? Over the melanated people. God damn, they gotta have some big balls to do that. Huh? Let's deal with that. That ought to humble a lot of y'all out there and start to really get y'all. We gotta get our families in order, get ourselves in order, get down to this business. Cause trust me, man, ain't really much change. Nah. Back to your 9 to 5. Back to what you're doing. You're gonna go DJ. You're gonna do this and gonna do that. Yeah, because we gotta make the money, right? How much fucking money we done made over the years on a collective level? Not to mention the celebrities that's out there that we may be related to and affiliated with, especially in regards of tribe. If you know your tribe, huh? And we still don't got. We big in the Best Style, Brooklyn and Brownsville for what? What the fuck do we own there? But we ain't gonna, trust me, we ain't gonna see shit. Cause we scared of the white man. We scared to talk about whoever the fuck is doing what's going on out there. I mean, I ain't get touched by nobody. Yeah, I know these little shadow games they play out here where they talking and they heckling and they clattering in the mother goddamn mouth. Huh? But that's just that. That's that. They don't say nothing. Listen, I hear more nigga talk from Latinos, blacks, and Indians more than the white people. Nigga this, nigga that. They don't be out there using that word like that. And watch, somebody might be, yeah, because they know better. Shut up. They doing them. As I just said. What we doing? But I'm telling y'all, before, please, I'm begging y'all, man. Before a lot of y'all open up y'all mouths about people or towards them, be as thorough as you can be factual, and get ready to substantiate your claim. All my 5%ers from back in the days, as I was told about y'all knew y'all had to substantiate what you were saying. But it seems like we lost our way because we got compromised, lobotomized, we became docile, we did what we did for the money, and now what? What do we got as a collective family? Trust me. And it is what it is. Trust me. There's a lot of things continuing to be played out here in which I know is a wicked game that they played. Is very, it actually is very cunning. It's winning due to the fact a lot of people are still docile. That shit is winning by the numbers. But when you quiet your mind, when you drop fear, how do you think I got to the point